Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to review of Mark of the Blade, the 6th release by the band Whitechapel. Today we're celebrating the 10th anniversary of the record, so I decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. I have already reviewed 3 of their records, so go check those videos out. My story with this band is quite simple. I've stumbled upon their music at the beginning of 2012, listened through their first 3 releases and just fell in love with their music. Not that later their self-titled release dropped, and to this day it remains my favorite of theirs. Since then I've been a massive fan who's always there for their next release. I even saw them live, which was a fantastic experience. I recommend it. The lineup here is Phil on the vocals, Ben, Alex and Zach on the guitars, Gabe on the bass and Ben on the drums. For Ben, this is his 3rd and last release with the band. We also have a guest musician, Ben Ellard, doing all of the guitar solos on the release, which sound fantastic. He was also present on our Endless War record. The record was produced by Mark Lewis as usual, so the production is tight. No clipping, no loudness war, but to me personally it doesn't have the punch and the edge of the previous releases. Message is diverse. The songs are mostly personals, about struggling with loss, grief, addictions. We also have a lot of songs about society, metal fans, elitism, music industry, and the last song is like a celebration of 10 years of Whitechapel. It's a song written for the fans, which has beautiful lyrics, check it out. Structure of the tracks is between basic and advanced. Usually we get an intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, bridge, chorus, outro. The advanced structure is slightly different. They put more segments in between to keep the song more interesting, or they add more stuff into the bridge and outro sections like on the final song. When it comes to the music on this release, it's a slight departure from their previous releases. That departure already started on the self-titled, where the band decided to mix deathcore music with nu metal. On our Endless War they've added more groove metal and gent elements, and that stuff is even more prevalent here. So just because of that, for a lot of people this is the weakest Whitechapel release. Spoiler, my reasons for that statement are different than yours, cause I actually love nu metal and groove metal. When it comes to the musicianship, let's start with the drummer. His playing is as tight as usual. We've got some cool double bass work, the speed, the precision, all of that when it comes to his playing is fabulous. Next we've got the bass work, which isn't that audible and it mostly follows the guitars, but we have some moments here and there where the bass picks up and you can actually hear it, and those are cool moments indeed. When it comes to the guitar work, it's not as technical and atmospheric as it was before. The guitarists here rely more on the groove and more simpler riffs. We still get some faster sections here and there, but nothing too fancy. The star of the show here is Ben, whose guitar solos are just exquisite and they fit the songs like a glove. For a couple of songs I even feel like the guitar solos elevate the songs, because without them the songs would be just straight up boring. We also get some symphonic and keyboard elements throughout the release, and some of that elevates the music, while on other songs it sounds detrimental. Last but not least, let's mention Phil's vocals, and that dude is always a beast. His growling, screaming, shouting, yelling is on point. He sounds so good here. And this is the first record where we've got 2 songs with Phil clean singing, and I just love his singing. It reminds me of Tool, but better. Now we can finally rate the individual songs. The album opens up with The Void. To me personally, this is the weakest opener in Whitechapel's discography. It doesn't mean it's a bad song, not at all. I do enjoy it, it's fast, it's interesting, it's straight to the point, but overall this might be one of the weaker songs on the record. It's kinda surprising that it starts the release, 7 out of 10. Mark of the Blade was released as a single and it's a nu metal banger with some deathcore vocals on it. I just love the grooves, the style, the vocals, how he just clears his throat at the beginning. Then he's like, I know you can feel it breathing and people will still hate you in the end. So plan the attack until the crack the man on a fucking maniac. The voice within yours. Just so funny. It sounds so powerful. Love the bridge as well. This is one of the best songs on this release. I did a Doom MIDI cover of it today for the anniversary, so check it out as well. 10 out of 10. Elitist Ones is also a single with a music video. This one has a fantastic lyrics and I do enjoy the main groove, the genty parts, the bridge sounds fantastic as well. It's not a perfect song, but it slaps. 9 out of 10. Bring Me Home is the most emotional song on the release. It's about Phil's father who sadly passed away. Rest in peace. I remember when this dropped as a single with a music video, the fanbase was like mostly positive about it, but it had some negative reception as well, which I just cannot understand because in Whitechapel's case the clean vocals are fantastic and they do enrich the sound of the band. I'm actually very disappointed that the last album, Hymns of Dissonance, didn't include any cleans, but I know I'm in minority here. Anyways, going back to the song, it has fantastic verses with beautiful vocals, cool chorus. Saving away, bring me home. The bridge section with the build up and the guitar solo might make you cry, it's just so fucking good, 10 out of 10. Tremors has a fantastic main groove, that guitar riff, do-do-do-doom, do-do-do-do-do-doom, do-do-do-doom. The verses and the chorus slaps. The bridge could have been better. It just doesn't fit the song to me, 9 out of 10. A Killing Industry is like a sequel to the Heretic Anthem from Slipknot because it has the same lyrical content, a very similar intro, a very similar main guitar riff. That's on purpose for sure. I do enjoy the energy and the atmosphere of this song, but yet again I feel like the bridge could have been better, 9 out of 10. Tormented is a song that to me personally, it's a good one. I will never skip it as I'm going through the release. I do enjoy the more atmospheric moments here and there. Like the chorus slaps, but that bridge section should have been changed, 7 out of 10. Brotherhood is another instrumental piece and this one just goes hard. It's not my favorite instrumental song from this band, but it has some beautiful moments, guitar riffs and the overall atmosphere, 8 out of 10. Dwell in the Shadows, this one could have been one of my favorites from this release because I love the intro, the verses, the chorus, the vocal performance and the lyrics, it all slaps. But I'm sorry to say the bridge section is garbage, it's just so boring, 9 out of 10. Venomous, a song that when I first heard the record was my favorite, but after listening to it for like several times, its magic started to wear thin on me. This is a very genty song when it comes to the guitar riffs, and the more you listen to this song, the least interesting it becomes. To the point that nowadays what I like about it is mostly the vocal performance, because Phil does some very crazy fast vocal work here and there, and the more groovier riffs, all of that stuff. Overall, this is just a good song, one of the weaker ones here actually, which is quite surprising because for the 10 or 20 first listens I was enjoying it a lot, but things change, 7 out of 10. The final track is Decennium, Decade, and this is the song for the fans, and I am happy to announce that this is my favorite song of the release. From the moment I first heard it, I was like, yeah, this is the song I'm going to listen to a lot because of the fantastic guitar work, especially in the second part and the outro. The atmosphere is through the roof, we even have some bass lines that you can hear, the drumming is phenomenal, and Phil's vocals are just icing on the cake, and even his clean singing in the pre-chorus and the chorus is just so good. We've lost a lot of things along the way, and I know that it's hard to stay. Just hold on, it won't be long until the pain is gone. If you bleed, just know I bleed too. I'll never be holding you from the truth. Just hold on, for we are strong. This is where we belong. I can't sing for shit, so sorry for that you had to experience this torture, but I just love the pre-chorus and chorus. This is my favorite moment on the entire release, this entire song, 11 out of 10. To sum it up, the consistency is stable, the flow is fitting, variety. Yeah, this is a great record, I love listening to it from beginning to the end. I know that the fanbase considers it the worst, even I consider it the weakest link in Whitechapel's discography, but this is the kind of weakest link I wish every band would have, like an album that I actually still love listening to from beginning to the end. even if it's not as strong or interesting as everything else in the discography, because we have some fantastic songs here. Decennium, Bring Me Home, Mark of the Blade, Elitist Ones, Tremors, A Killing Industry, Dwell in the Shadows, Brotherhood. You should check out these songs. The only thing I would change, I would probably trim it down a bit, like I would put like a 20-second intro with Phil screaming, "Oh, the mark is burning" or something, and then they would go straight into Mark of the Blade, just omitting the void from the release, same as either Tormented or Venomous. Just remove 2 songs, add a short intro instead, so the record could be shorter and more impactful. Besides that, I still do enjoy it and I recommend it, especially for people who are more into nu metal or groove metal genres, because I know how close-minded deathcore guys can be. Celebrate your sleep as this record today, it deserves your attention. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe, follow me on my Instagram in the description, shout out to all my Patreon supporters who basically sponsor these videos, you are truly wonderful. You can join them if you want so I can make an album review, do me the cover rig video of your choice, link in the description as well. See you next time, take care, cause we are the Brotherhood that does not admit defeat or something. Bye!